Hey, it's Rich back with you for another video. Today we're doing some training in a Caravan with Amir. He actually bought a Kodiak, but he looked at both airplanes, and we're going to do a flight with him and kind of get him up to speed on turboprop operations before he takes delivery of his Kodiak later this year. So we're going to take you along for the ride.
Always check fuel, make sure we get the right fuel.
Okay.
And then volts for start should be a minimum of 24. Okay. And that's probably going to be in the same in the Kodiak.
Okay.
So we really just did a before start checklist.
Right.
We've already pre-flighted the airplane. We do a before start checklist. That's what we just did.
Okay.
So now we start talking about these limitations, and there's different limitations for starting. Like an ITT for start. It's clear up here when you hit the start switch, you're going to see the ITT for start much higher than it would be for normal ops.
Okay.
So for start, it's 1090.
Okay.
For takeoff, it's 805. For ground, it's 685. For climb, it's 740. There's different ones.
Right.
When you hit the start switch, the ITT is going to show you a higher limit.
Okay.
So for start, we turn the fuel pump on, 2 clicks forward on. We should get a fuel pump light. Fuel pressure low because we don't have that on. And we also want to make sure fuel flow is 0.
Right. Okay.
There should be no fuel going into the engine right now.
Okay.
So one hand here, one hand on the start switch, and we're gonna hit the start switch, and we're gonna wait till we get to about 12% on the NG.
Okay.
And as soon as we get to 12%, we're gonna put fuel in, so it's out and up to the first.
Low idle.
Yep.
Okay.
Idle. So go ahead and hit the start switch. We're spinning up.
Right.
There's 12 fuel. Now we got fuel flow.
Pause system
ATT.
test.
Okay.
Yeah, you can let go and it'll come on. But we typically keep your hands on there in case we get a hot start. See, that's limits there.
Right. I see. Okay.
When you turn it
back off.
Yeah. When we get to 52% on the NG, we can turn the starter off.
Okay.
Yep, there you go. And now you see how the limit on the ITT came way back.
Right.
Avionics 2, and you turn the fuel pump off to norm, middle position. Then air conditioning is over here. Turn that on. And activate your. Okay, so we talked a little bit when we were briefing this flight about limitations. So in this airplane, we have no, like in the 172, you just push the power to the stop, right? And you can't do this in this airplane because you'll over torque or over temp it, meaning you'll exceed limitation on torque or temp.
Okay.
So we're going to set the power at about 1,700 pounds of torque, which is this meter right here.
Right.
In a high density altitude airport on a hot day, you could be temp limited too. Our max temp for takeoff in this airplane is 805 degrees.
Okay.
We're at sea level, it's pretty cool out, so we're going to go to our torque limit before here. So we're going to right here.
Okay.
And as you get into more advanced airplanes, you're going to have limitations. A speed, another example of a limitation is the limit of the flaps 10 position is 175.
Right.
150 for this, 100 for this.
Right. Okay.
So that's a limitation. You have that in the Skyhawk.
Yeah.
So those are our main limitations here. So what we're going to do on this takeoff is we're going to bring the power up slowly until we get to 1900 RPMs, which is the max RPMs. Okay. Once the RPMs are maxed, then you can bring the throttle up a little more aggressively and set 1700 pounds. Okay. As we accelerate, the engine's going to take in more ram air, and it's going to boost it up from 50 to 100 pounds. Okay. So we'll set the power and I'll help you do that. Okay. You don't need to be in a hurry. We got plenty of runway. Okay. As you accelerate, by the time you get the power up, we're already going to be at our rotation speed. Nice easy rotation, kind of neutralize. We'll accelerate past about 85 knots, 90 knots, we'll get the flaps up. Okay. And when you get the flaps up, you're going to dump, they're big flaps, and the same with the Kodiak, you're going to dump a lot of lift. The Kodiak, I think, automatically trims, right? Yeah. The plane, you're going to have to give it some back trim. Okay. Not a big deal. Okay. You'll do the takeoff, and I'll just kind of back you up. Okay. The rotation speed 70? Or 70 is fine. Okay. Yeah. And we'll try to pitch and climb and get to about 85, 90, and and then I'll tell you to put these flaps up, and then just trim it back as you bring flaps up.
Got it, okay.
We're gonna take off in high idle, so let's go ahead and put it in high idle now. The engine speed come up. All right, and you can tell ground that our run-up's complete.
Number 8 Tango Delta, left downwind approved, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff, November 8 Tango pop-up.
For takeoff, 8 Tango pop-up.
All right.
Number 8 Kilo Julia, runway 26 left, cleared to the opposite.
Right. 26 left, 208 Tango Papa, clear for takeoff.
All right, so just let it roll and slowly bring your power up and looking for 1900 right there.
Start your roll, 8 Tango pop-up for traffic.
We're rolling.
Okay, now just go to that blue bug.
Auto.
Yep, just keep that power coming up all the way to the blue bug. Good job.
Tower
Keep it coming.
number 363 Alpha Tango, hold you short. 26 left for close turn.
Right there's perfect.
Number
That's plenty.
268, extend downwind.
Right there. Okay, now we're already to rotation speed, so you can just pull back on the yoke. Yep.
November
Perfect.
9.
And then just relax it a little bit.
Oh, I see you're in the cross.
And we've already accelerated through 95 knots.
Okay.
Oh, we'll just let it go a little higher. Right now you can put flaps up and keep it going straight. Don't start turning yet.
Number 268 base approved, runway 26 left, cleared for the
A little
opposite.
bit of back trim. Good.
Oh.
Looking real good. We're going to climb straight ahead for a
Tango
minute.
pop-up,
Okay.
continue upwind.
Roger.
Lobby Tower, Cessna 1484 Bravo, 2000 ILS 30.
Number 13 Lima traffic, no factor turn.
Where am I turning to?
We're just going to make a 180.
Turning now, 130.
Somebody's got a stuck mind, man. Beautiful. Nice turn.
So much easier to fly than the 172.
Standard rate turn. Keep coming left. We're going to kind of head right out that way. See your course pointer?
Yes.
We're going to go to about east.
Okay.
Juliet is clear runway 26 left, taxi Foxtrot. We'd like to taxi back to all turn 26 left.
Beautiful.
Still on tower, contact ground.
Good, right here east.
Yep.
We're on the arrow.
Turn base, runway 26 left, clear
You
for
can
the
lower the nose just a little.
Turning base 26 left, clear for the oxygen.
Good.
Foxtrot.
Number 13 Lima, extend downwind for traffic.
Ascend that way, 13 Lima.
But nice. Easy, right?
Yeah, this is so much easier to fly than that.
Just looking outside as much as you can to set the relationship of the nose
Okay.
to the horizon to hold
Right.
3,500 feet.
Okay.
Okay, so we're on our way to Corona, and why don't you, Amir, I mean, here we are, you're a student pilot,
Right.
and you got a Kodiak on order,
Do.
and we're flying a Caravan, and why don't you talk a little bit about how you got to the point where you did all this stuff?
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously my friend Matt got me kind of linked up into the plane thing. Playing with him, I really got an interest with it. And obviously he, linked us together, and, I think, you helped me out a lot and made me feel comfortable with flying, and it's just been a good experience. At first I started looking at planes and I wanted to buy a jet, and you and Matt were kind of like, you're not ready to buy a jet if you want to fly it, and it couldn't have been farther from the truth. So I know you helped me with looking at a Caravan, and then we looked at the Kodiak, and I kind of compared them side by side, and at the end of the day I chose the Kodiak. It's a little smaller. I just liked it a little better. I think it was a little newer, the technology and stuff in it.
The way, the kind of the modern look, which I don't, I've been a Caravan guy for a long time, but
Yeah.
you can argue with the fact that the Kodiak's done a good job with modern paint jobs,
Yeah.
interior and all that
Yeah, I
stuff.
really like the interior. The look was
Yeah,
nice.
maybe 10 right too.
Okay. Yeah, it looked really aggressive, kind of like a military-looking plane, and they have some cool schemes on the paint jobs. And I just, I don't know, it fit me a little bit better. So here we are now getting the Kodiak, and I'm looking forward to going out and using it in the backcountry with you, taking our dirt bikes. I mean, putting motorcycles in it, and landing.
And it's gonna give us an opportunity to really show like a lot of cool things you can do with an airplane.
Right.
But as far as learning to fly, you're learning in a 172.
Right.
And like you made a couple comments that we.
Clock, low, less than 1 mile.
I got him. We're good. And so you're learning in a 172, but as we added the power and you climb off, you're like, oh, this is so much easier.
Yeah.
Because it's a big, heavy, stable airplane, and I think a lot of people have the perception that the bigger it is, the harder it is to fly, and it's really not true.
Yeah, this is actually pretty easy. It feels smooth. The takeoff, I mean, I barely pulled back on the yoke, and we were up. Whereas on the 172, I'm like really pulling on the thing and like waiting for it to climb.
Yeah.
It actually felt a lot safer to me flying this than being in a 172.
Oh yeah, no question. And one time you mentioned to me too that you had some fear of flying. Like you weren't exactly like super comfortable out of the gates.
No, so I mean, I still have a fear, but I think a lot of it has to do with who you fly with and who you trust.
Yeah.
Flying with you has made me a lot more confident. I have a fear of like just, I don't know, it's just my own thing, right? I mean, you don't know, but once you start getting into it, I mean, I'm a new pilot, right?
Yeah.
I didn't really know much about any of this, and here I am flying a Caravan.
Yeah.
But, once you start learning and understanding the systems and, the backups and, flying, what flying safely is and with the right people, I think that instills a lot of confidence.
And as you gain knowledge, the fear kind of dissipates as you understand that, it's really a safe thing. There's a lot of safety features built in and all that kind of stuff. And like you said too, I'm not saying I'm the world's greatest instructor, but having competent instruction really can add to your safety level, especially if the instructor is calm and confident. That makes it a lot easier for a student.
Yeah, I think that's one of the first things I told you the first time I was landing. You were like so calm. I mean, I was like sweating bullets, and you were just so calm next to me.
That was so funny, bro.
You got this.
That was great.
So it was pretty scary, but I mean, I probably had like 5 landings at the time. I mean, now I have a few more.
Yeah.
I'm not as scared, but I think I'm still gonna freak out a little when we're landing.
Yeah. Okay, you see the canyon over there?
I do.
About 10 right?
Yeah.
So once you turn 10 right, pull a little power back, and then we'll start descending for, let's say 2,000 feet.
Okay.
And you also, like you have a need, like you have 2 little girls, you want to travel, you got some places you want to go, and the airplane works good for simplicity, your ability to fly it early on, and room and capability to take friends, your family. Eventually your daughter's friends are going to want to go, and you're going to go places. Right,
so what I liked about this turboprop platform, whether it's Caravan or Kodiak, is the safety aspect of it.
Yeah.
Getting out of a piston engine into a turbine engine, I think is a good step. Something a little bigger, it's more stable, more secure. The backup systems I like. Obviously I want to travel with my family, put my kids in the plane, and be able to fly to places, go skiing. I mean, just going from like Orange County to like Mammoth is not too hard to get to. So I definitely, it's something that I'm looking really forward to, and I'm just super excited to be able to, this is like a new chapter in my life, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I know from experience, like I have a family that's, my kid's older, but my kids have been flying with me, and there's so many good memories that we have that involve a trip to go someplace with the kids, and skiing, and the family, and airplanes really can open up a lot of opportunities like that, and the kids really love it too,
Yeah, and what's nice about these is you can fit so much in it.
Yeah.
Having like the cargo pod underneath, being able to put skis in there, just anything, a lot of stuff in there, load up all your friends, family, and like be somewhere within an hour or two, just gives you a lot of flexibility to be able to, have a good time, and the operating cost is a lot less expensive than having a jet. For a new pilot like me, it's nice because it's something I can actually fly. It's a good platform to get started with, to get your feet wet and get more experience.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. Okay, so we're going to go into Corona.
Okay.
And the reason I chose Corona is because you want to do some backcountry flying, and I mean, it's not necessarily a backcountry strip, it's a little narrower.
Yeah, it is.
So you're going to tighten your tolerances a little bit on tracking the runway center line.
Okay.
And we'll go out here and do a couple of, we're gonna do full stops. We won't touch and goes.
Okay.
And that'll give you some repetition and getting the airplane back to a takeoff configuration and take off and a full stop landing.
Okay. I'm at 2,500. Is that?
I just keep going down to 2,000.
Okay.
Everything's configured for landing, so all we're doing right now is managing our speed.
Okay.
And our flap configuration. Right now you can turn right a little bit. Just really parallel the runway. What you've been doing on your patterns. Now let's reduce the power now to about 600 pounds. Hold that nose up. Yeah, hold that nose up.
Basic uniform is fast departure and exit to the southeast 1,500 climbing.
But this close to the runway, I like it. I like tight patterns because if you lost an engine, you can just glide right in there.
Okay.
1 o'clock, low, less than 1 mile.
I got him. He's no factor. Okay, there's 2.5.
1 o'clock.
We're downwind to beam. SAD flaps 20. Don't want to balloon up, so just push down a little bit. We're just going to go out a little bit and give ourselves some separation.
Okay.
Maybe just a little bit to the right, just like that, to give you a little more separation.
Right.
It's pretty much going to be just a 300 or a 180 degree turn.
Right.
We're not going to level wings on base.
Okay.
This is perfect. I like it. Right now we're going to come back to about 600 pounds. There you go. That's good right there.
That's a lot less. Okay.
Okay, now let's start the left turn into the base.
Okay. While we're descending, or?
Yeah, just keep coming down, and I want you to kind of try to, as you're turning, pick up the runway to get your aim point for how you want to bring it in. And don't descend too fast.
Okay.
Caravan's on a left base to final for 2.5 current.
Hey, you got some good separation, so you can roll wings level here for a minute. I always like to roll wings level and base to check the final, especially at an uncontrolled airport, to make sure there's nobody coming in here on a long final that we're going to intersect. You got the runway?
Yep.
Okay, let's go flaps full. And keep that trim coming down, and now bring some power back. And we want to order
turning.
Yep. You see the runway?
I do.
So just line her up with the runway. We're high, but that's okay in a Caravan. We don't really need, and your speed's pretty good. I mean, you're a little slow, but not bad. So maybe just inch the power up just a touch.
Okay.
Touch. Real good. Now you're just kind of focusing on the runway.
I don't see the lights.
There isn't any.
Oh, I thought there was here.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's good though.
It's with the microphone.
500.
And now reduce a little power. We're a little high. That'll bring you down a little bit. This is perfect speed.
Okay.
Just kind of hold this attitude just right there. Bring that nose up. Just keep the nose down.
All right, bro.
You're looking good. You're looking real good. I love the speed. The attitude's good. Just keep that nose down. Great job keeping it lined up. Great job. Keep that nose down.
Oh, Rich.
You got it. Just fly it.
Rich.
Power back a little bit more. Nose down. Okay, now start rolling it out. Good job. Roll it out. Now just hold this right there. Hold it right there. Hold it. Beautiful.
Crazy, man.
Oh, you.
Oh my God.
Brakes. And if you want to come into beta, you can come into beta. I'll turn left on you, so just hold it with her. Okay, now you can come out of beta and just roll up to that next one. And left.
Oh my God, man.
Flaps up. It was all you. I didn't do anything.
I know. That was crazy. All right, I'm going
Look at
left.
that wind too. Yeah, left. Caravan's clearing 2-5, taxi back. You can go to low idle.
Oh, that was insane.
Inbound over Paradise, inbound jet aircraft.
Back down.
Gonna fly over the field.
Ooh, jet aircraft. Look at that wind. It's a heavy wind. It's right down the pipe. But
Hey, it's really windy here always.
what'd you think, Kai?
Awesome landing. That's
Awesome.
Did you get that on video?
Of course.
I need that.
Of course.
Oh
It's
my
all you
God.
too. I didn't do anything, and I never got worried.
That was a really good touchdown.
Excellent.
But I didn't even know to flare and stuff, man. Like,
sometimes you get too much information, and you were just flying the airplane. That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Just fly the airplane. Don't get too hung up on all the where's the VASIs and this.
Right.
You know, just put it on this. I mean, I couldn't have done it any better.
I can't believe I just landed, like totally by myself.
By yourself at an unfamiliar airport.
Yeah.
Nice pattern. You know, you even got that separation a little bit from the runway before I told you.
Right.
Beautiful. Okay, so let's do a couple more landings here. A couple more.
Let's do it.
That's 3 unassisted landings. I mean, you haven't hardly flown this airplane.
No,
how are you feeling?
I mean, it's pretty amazing. It's giving me a lot more confidence, and you know, it's kind of one of those things like, yeah, I can do it. That's cool. You know, like having you calm next to me is just really, really, really like reassuring. Because that last landing, I was like off the runway, and I'm like, dude, are we okay? And you're like, yeah, we're fine. And I'm like, okay.
Flew it
fine,
right,
yeah, like all
flew it right back over.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, that's a lot to come out here, and the winds are tricky, and it's a narrow runway. Have you ever come out here and done landings?
I have, but it was windy, and it was when I first started flying, so I only had maybe like 5 hours when I came out here and we were landing. But I haven't been here for a bit.
Yeah. No, I think your instructor's doing a good job, because you're doing all the right things, you know. And again, unfamiliar airport for the most part. You know, you've only flown this airplane once.
Right.
If you're ready to go ahead. We're just doing a warm-up.
Yeah, we're not quite ready either. All those things that are unfamiliar, they really compound, and it's not linear. It gets worse and worse and worse, and so those tend to really make it complicated to come in and make a nice landing.
Yeah.
And so that says a lot to me about how you're progressing and flying. And I mean, if you just did this and you had the familiarity, this is a piece of cake.
It wouldn't be that hard.
No,
it's just doing it.
The Kodiak is going to be very similar, so this is good time for what you're doing.
Yeah, this is awesome.
All right, so let's head back to Long Beach, and we'll do landing at 25 left at Long Beach.
Sounds good. So
let's do
flaps. We're gonna go.
Just do 20 again.
Okay.
Last time you brought the power up quick, it was good, a little too quick. So just smooth to a stop.
Okay. So about 1900 RPMs.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix this, but you can go ahead. We're good.
All right. Much more.
Coming up, keep coming up. A little more. A little more. All right, that's good.
Okay.
Yep. Nice. We're gonna go to 2500.
Okay, just straight out?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Are we gonna drop the
Kind of
flaps?
head back to the, yeah, you can start bringing the flaps up.
Another notch?
Yep. Add power. There you go. Just fly it to the runway.
We're 905 Delta, runway 26 left, clear to the option.
26 left, clear to the option, 95 Delta.
I'm going too fast now.
No, you're not. You're below 80, so you're perfect. You have a wind. The airplane's going to weather vane a little bit to the right.
Go ahead.
So right down in there tight.
November 6 uniform, runway 26 right, clear to the option.
Damper's on, turn it off.
Power?
Yeah, just hold that nose up. Problem.
4 unassisted landing.
Ready Tango Papa, safe intention.
Left turn at Fox 4 for OCR.
All right, we're back in Long Beach after the flight with Amir and the Caravan. We did some landings out in Corona. And just to reemphasize, I mean, Amir is a student pilot with probably less than 20 hours, and all he's really flown is 172s. So there's a couple things. I mean, he did a really good job, but it also tells you how, you know, a Caravan or a single-engine turboprop like a Caravan or a Kodiak is actually attainable for a relatively low-time pilot. They're very similar. There's obviously a turbine engine transition, and I'm not suggesting you could go out and jump in a Caravan and, you know, fly it around as a student pilot, but Amir has a healthy understanding of the transition from getting his license to being able to fly by himself, and it's really nice for him to be able to integrate some turboprop training during his private pilot training. He did a great job, and we're going to be doing some more of those flights with him before he gets his airplane. Glad you could go along. Hopefully you got something out of it. Thanks for watching.